everyone. With your CIG TV news update, I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the latest news on the consultancy contract for solid waste management in the Cayman Islands. Multinational engineering company AMEC has been awarded the consultancy contract to prepare a national strategy to determine the direction of solid waste management here in the Cayman Islands for the next 50 years. AMEC will also prepare an outline business case and provide procurement support for an integrated solid waste management system project that will be based on that strategy. Now, a successful bid through the Central Tenders Committee of just over $500,000 secured AMEC's services as a solid waste management consultant to lead the team responsible for this consultancy. The press release says further the figure includes the cost of financial consultant KPMG, which partnered with AMEC to act in this capacity. Well, Cayman Brac's first and only full-time librarian is celebrating 25 years of service. Latasia Brown Connolly started in the public service in 1989 and has worked there ever since. During her time with the Public Library Services, Mrs. Connolly facilitated hundreds of literacy programs and provided thousands of people with access to the best reading materials possible. She's also seen many children grown into fine adults and has even witnessed technology alter the way in which libraries do business. Director for the Public Library Service, Mrs. Ramona Melody, says she is an exceptional librarian, thanking her for 25 years of outstanding service. Meantime, our tourism industry is doing well with increased visitors coming to the Cayman Islands both by air and cruise ship.
This year has been a record-breaking year, and we've had an extremely good summer with the third quarter of this year posting an increase in air arrivals in over 20% and an increase in cruise arrivals in as much as over 65%. And for the month of September, which is generally one of our slower months, and we saw in the press recently where restaurateurs were complaining that they weren't equipped to deal with a busy September, we had over a 25% increase in air arrivals and over 40% increase in cruise arrivals for that month of September. So we've had a fantastic summer so far. All indications are that we will be having an amazing winter season coming up. And as you know, one of our issues have been the overcrowding at the airport. And so we are working feverishly at implementing short and medium term fixes for that. People will have seen already that we have placed a covered area in front of the arrivals hall. We are increasing that area now. They would also notice that a small room is being built to the left of the arrivals. That is going to be an in-transit lounge for our in-transit flights, and particularly Cuba, so that will relieve some of the pressure during the peak periods into the immigration hall. And we are boosting the numbers in customs and immigration to deal with the high traffic periods during the day. On the departure side, we are working to get towards all of the airlines doing outgoing immigration at the counter. We hope to increase the security area perhaps to 3 machines. And on the exterior of the current departure lounge, we are about to erect a temporary quality building there. It'll be a structure with glass. It'll look really look like a well-designed permanent building, but we can take it down and pack it up and use it in the future for other events and activities. But this will relieve the pressure within the departure lounge, allowing people to have a much more pleasant experience on their way out, as well as we hope to achieve on the way in.
And speaking of our tourism industry, officials will be attending an annual trade show this month. Every year, visitors come here by thousands to dive our waters, and we have the chance to showcase what we have to offer at the Dive Equipment and Marketing Association show. This year, the Cayman Islands will celebrate its thriving diving industry at DEMA in Las Vegas. The Department of Tourism will sponsor a Cayman Islands pavilion featuring the International Scuba Diving Hall of Fame, historical dive artifacts, and an exhibit from the Central Caribbean Marine Institute. Again, the trade show takes place from November 19th to the 22nd. As we reported earlier this week, later this month, the Family Resource Center will celebrate International Men's Day, and men in the Cayman Islands are asked to make a special pledge as part of the activities.
And we decided to honor this event by creating a Cayman's Pledge. So we're asking men in the community to sign this pledge. The pledge covers a lot of different areas, such as, promoting healthy masculinity, promoting modeling self-control, speaking out against violence, and model healthy relationships. So those are some things that this pledge is asking men to actually honor. And when we talk about promoting healthy masculinity, it's the idea of actually getting boys to start moving away from that concept of, boys aren't allowed to cry and crying is a sign of weakness, but it's more about encouraging them to express their emotions, because it's an element of courage, when you're able to express your emotions. So we always say that girls are allowed to share how they feel, but we also want to encourage boys to be able to be comfortable with sharing how they feel, as well as be comfortable with receiving love and giving love. So we definitely want to challenge men to interrupt and have those conversations that at times it can be uncomfortable, but if we're all able to kind of interject and challenge one another, then change does happen. So this pledge is definitely challenging men to think about things like, how do we model self-control? How do we create healthy relationships? How do we focus on being better every day as individuals? It doesn't mean that just because you were born a certain way, or just because things are this way in society, that they must continue to be.
Again, International Men's Day is on November the 19th. Well, if you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Facebook page and YouTube channels. Also, you can watch CIG TV throughout the night. We also invite you to tune into Radio Cayman's For the Record and Talk Today shows. That's week mornings and weekdays. For now, I'm Donna Bush. As always, thanking you for joining us, wishing you a wonderful night, and hoping to see you back here again tomorrow evening. Until then, bye-bye for now.